A fantastic British event and a fantastic British display team. The team's pulling up in front of you now, led at the front by the team leader Red One, supported leader Ben Murphy. Virgil, his colleagues as Baz, the former Harrier GR7 pilot with the Royal Air Force and is in his first year as team leader this year. The team have now formed our very famous Diamond 9 formation. They accelerate from about 200 miles an hour to 400 miles an hour here in this descent. It's probably pulling about 4 G, yes, vertical G to us, rather than the 3 or 4 G that the racing drivers might feel laterally on the field. And Baz, like all RAF pilots, has seen several operational tours in Afghanistan where the job of the RAF pilot is to support young men and women of Britain and our coalition allies in Afghanistan. But I can also tell you that Baz has a very fancy Barbie fancy dress costume, and we've already had to see him wear it 3 times this year. Believe me, it's enough to make a grown man cry. The team turning in towards us now are in cranked arrow formation, a big wide formation, this one, and it's difficult to fly. The man at the very top position as we look at them is Red 9, Flight Lieutenant Simon Ray, and he's from New Zealand. He joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force first before coming to the Royal Air Force in 2002, where he flew the Harrier GR9, which is the vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. As they run in towards us now, this is the crank arrow roll. That's the voice of Red One getting the pilots to roll here now. Kermit is on the inside, the lowest man as we look at them is working hard. He's called Kermit, by the way, because he sounds like Kermit the Frog on the radio. He's also a skilled touch typist, which he learned in New Zealand before coming to the UK. He can type at 60 words a minute, and of course we don't banter him about that one bit on the TV. That's the team changing to Diamond formation, again our most famous formation. Now 2010 is a special year for the Red Arrows because this year we have our first ever female Red Arrow pilot on the team. That's Flight Lieutenant Kirsty Moore. Kirsty was born in Lincolnshire and she was the daughter of a Tornado GR1 navigator. So as a young girl she used to watch her father planning missions on 27th Squadron at RAF Marham, and that's what inspired her to join the Royal Air Force to be a pilot. He's been a flying instructor on the BAE Systems Walker T Mark 1, which is the aircraft we fly on the team. He's also served on operational tours in Iraq with 13th Squadron at RAF Marham. Right now though, she's pulling about 4 G as the team flies past in a Diamond chicane. Team changing to Tango formation. The pilots are sounding very enthusiastic on the radio, and I'm not surprised because they'll be thrilled to be here in Silverstone today. Now Tango, as you can see, makes a nice T-shape, and it's a particularly difficult formation for the pilots to fly. The 2 straight lines that make up this shape mean that the smallest errors in positions by the pilots are seen by us on the ground, so they'll be working particularly hard in this formation. Now the smoke comes on as they prepare to fly past us in Tango. Red One will be tightening this bend now against 400 miles an hour, just 6 to 8 feet between the aircraft as they fly this manoeuvre. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tango. I'll tell you a little bit about close formation flying. All of the pilots hold their position in the formation by reference to the lead aircraft alone. So they're all staring all the time at Red One at the front. As you can imagine then, sometimes they have aircraft between them and the leader, and also out of their peripheral vision they'll be aware of the other aircraft around them. This requires an awful lot of trust between the pilots, so it takes 8 months of training throughout the winter season to reach the standard that you see flown here today. Now the team have formed Apollo formation as they run in towards us. Now side on, you'll be able to see the shape of the Eagle landing craft of the Apollo 11 lunar landing missions of 1969, hence the name of the formation. As they pull up, I can tell you that the Red Arrows are a very British and very patriotic team. So to make you all feel warm and British and to give you a welcome to Silverstone today at the British Grand Prix, here's some wonderful red, white and blue as the team fly the Apollo Twister. The man on the far right of the formation smoking red, the lowest man as we look at him now, is Red 4, Fly Lieutenant Dave Davis. Now he's known as Horse on the team, for reasons that are kept secret but a few people in the Royal Air Force. He's in his second year on the team this year. Horse is a former Tornado M3 pilot, which is the aircraft that provides the UK's air defence alongside the Typhoon, and also he's served operationally providing the Falkland Islands air defence, which is a very important British outpost. Now this manoeuvre is called the Apollo Twister. The pilots have flown 2 3/4 barrel rolls to end up rolling out on the far left-hand side over there. That's Red 1 pulling the team into kite formation. Now you might notice that in some of these manoeuvres, he's emphasising certain syllables in the instructions to the pilots. That's so that all the pilots start manoeuvring at exactly the right time. If they didn't all start manoeuvring at the same time, the formation would look bowed and floppy, as a technical term, and it wouldn't be appropriate for a red arrow display. So everything is initiated on Red 1's voice command. So on the go now, Reds 4 and 5 roll back with red smoke to sit in the back of the formation as the team pulls up in Blackbird. As they top out here, they'll reach a mile above us. Now, some of you in the audience here will be aware that this year marks the 70th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Not only is it an important heritage event for Britain, because the Battle of Britain more or less secured the security of the island in the Second World War, but it's very important to the Royal Air Force, which is why the next manoeuvre features in our display this year. The pilots are forming Spitfire formation, or if you prefer, Hurricane. And the next manoeuvre we call the Victory Roll, and it's our way on the Red Arrows of thanking all of those who made such a great sacrifice during the Battle of Britain in 1940. And that the Luftwaffe at the time was such a capable and formidable adversary makes this victory all the more significant. So as they run in towards us now, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably our most patriotic manoeuvre, the Victory Roll. The left wingtip of our Spitfire Hurricane is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Dave Davis. Very charming man saying he's been on the team for 2 years and he used to fly the Harrier GR7. He's a degree in geography from the University of Birmingham. And last year I used to joke on the commentary that he was the second best looking man on the team, after me. Unfortunately at the Bournemouth display last year someone told me I really wasn't very good looking at all. And as he's the only single man on the team, I was ruining his summer, so I don't make that joke anymore. Reds 8 and 9 acknowledging this change to Phoenix formation. This is our widest formation. There are some 300 feet, about 100 metres between the two outside aircraft. Makes it very difficult for them to fly because when the leader rolls, they not only have to roll with him, but they have to make big changes in power and climb or descend a long way to stay in their formation positions. That's why the pilot close to the leader, in this case on the right hand side is Red 2, has to be particularly stable throughout this entire manoeuvre to make it easier for the guys on the outside. So ladies and gentlemen, as they pull up now, this is a 4G manoeuvre in Phoenix. As they come over the top, the formation you'll next see, as they appear behind the clouds, is chevron formation. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Red 2, because it's just to the right of the leader. It's Flight Lieutenant Benjamin Plank, known to us as Planky. Another Harrier pilot on the team, and he's in his first year this year. He joined with Kirsty Red 3 who we heard a little bit earlier. Now Plank is the youngest man on the team at 30 years old, but he's also the baldest, which is something to all.